So it's a Saturday night. What are you planning on doing?
You are now listening to Limited Trust, a Devastator podcast. Let's get into it.
Episode 143. 143. Limited Trust, a Devastator podcast. I gotta fix this fucking pop filter real quick here. Alright. This spider that is living on this mic somewhere. I can't see him right now. But I'm gonna let him be. I've been leaving the spiders be, man. Like in the basement and shit. I feel like I came into their spot. You know, that fucked up or what? You know, I used to be scared of spiders and shit, but now I'm just like, when I see them crawling around and I'm fucking filling bottles and shit, I'm just like, hey, what's up, spider? Hey, spider, that's that fucking drink over here for me. Anyway. What do we got? Oh, so fucking for the last 3 days, I've been migrating the site from Big Cartel to Shopify. It was probably a lot more difficult than it actually had to be because I was like overthinking things and trying to do way too much shit that I should have just, waited. I should have made certain things priority over others. So that took a fucking while, but it's like, it's done. The meat of it is done. Now I just got to do like all the little shit that the other site kind of accumulated over the last 7 years. I got to kind of tack that back together, and there's some products and shit that didn't make the transfer that I got to get up there sooner than later. Damn, yo, fucking Queensryche or whatever the fuck they're called are playing like at the casino that's not far from here, and that shit is fucking bumping, son. It's like bumping the fucking wall in here. Fuck. Well, anyway, I hope I better not get a fucking copyright strike. So the migration of the site, which I thought was going to be not a big deal. It was like a pretty big deal. So I'm glad that is done. Now I just got to do some fine tuning and such, but that was quite the feat. And, like the whole reason why the change was made. Well, not the whole reason, because I wish it was just like, oh yeah, this is the reason why. There's a lot of reasons why. Shopify. It's kind of fucked up to say this, but I'm just gonna. I'll tell you guys because you guys are different than the regular crowd. Is this shit is? I've been fucking struggling with this with Devastator lately. I don't know if you caught some of my melodramatic, fucking sad, fucking hidden things in posts, but I feel like this shit is on life support, man. There used to be like this different connection, and I don't know if it's just because the audience is bigger and more broad, or if it's just like I've kind of changed and become slightly more professional. You do have to understand though that I had to be more professional because as this whole thing grew, like the risk of getting the page shut down or whatever, there's more at stake. So I can't really be like the fucking nutcase that I would like to be, that I used to be. So I kind of saved that behavior for here. and just, my normal bullshit, I had to, I don't even fucking type cursing in in comments or in captions anymore. Because I'm afraid. Dude, I got a strike fucking last week, my first one in years, and it got reversed, but they struck me on my fucking Ian Bick video about me eating drugs out of the fucking toilet because they said I was fucking demonstrating how to use drugs. Like the worst demonstration ever, dog. Eat the drugs out of the toilet full of fucking fresh piss. I'm breaking the rule. I'm thirsty. I just walked in the door. Sorry. So, and when I saw that, I was like, what the fuck, man? You know? And, so I've challenged it. I said, what the fuck, man? This is the opposite of that. And I think it gave me the option to say, like, I'm bringing awareness or something like that. And it was actually surprisingly quick. Within like 45 minutes, it was reversed. The video was put back and the whole little strike thing was off of there. But I didn't like the way that felt. I used to have a ton of strikes and all kinds of dumb shit. But I can't do that anymore. So anyway, I'm so Devastator as a whole kind of outgrew Big Cartel. And you know, not even like, oh, I'm getting so many fucking orders that I need a different platform. That wasn't the case at all. It was more what I wanted to be able to do, and like certain information just wasn't available. Big Cartel just didn't offer it. Just like simple shit, like it was almost impossible for me to tell you like who ordered what and to pull up back orders. You know, if I didn't know the exact order number, like if I was looking up their shit by their name, it was like fucking impossible. It just, you would have to, I don't know if it was case sensitive or what, but I had like a terrible time pulling up old orders, and the older, the fucking worse it was. And just like, there are just so many options that it didn't have. It was very simple, which now I'm like, fuck, man, you know, that was easy, and this is a little more difficult. But I'll get used to it like anything, you know. Again, everyone knows I hate change, so the change was necessary, but it was definitely unwelcome by me, by just my normal fucking, you know, being the way I am. I was like, what the fuck? So, but now it's done. The change is made, and I was able to, I moved the domain to fucking Shopify as well, which was at Google, which sold it to Squarespace, and Squarespace was doing all this fuck shit. So I'm hoping everything should be under the same umbrella, and the fucking Kyle at devastatorbrand.com email is probably going to be down for a couple days while the back end of the site migrates now, the domain and everything. So it's been rough and scary, and I'm like fucking scared, you know. I don't want to fuck nothing up. But shit's been real slow lately. And I don't know if it's me. I don't know if it's the fucking, I hate to blame it on the algorithm or whatever, but I don't know if it's that. I don't know if people are just losing interest in this shit. You know, I think I invested too much money in fucking different pigments and shit like that, and I should have been doing different projects. I don't know what I did. Either way, I don't know what the fuck. And maybe this is all in my head. Maybe it's a slow couple weeks, you know. I don't know. And I don't mean to be here crying to you about my fucking slow couple weeks, but that's not typical for this time of year right now. Right now it should be like fucking bumping, you know, and it was actually kind of the opposite through the winter. Everything was rolling pretty good, which is why I was able to kind of roll the other projects and shit out. But now, just like normal shit just isn't doing good. Like the I Know My Rights shirt normally sells out in a day, and I think I moved about 4 of those fucking things. So, you know, I guess maybe it's just a strange climate and everything's expensive and fucking, you know. I don't know. Trying to figure it out, it's probably nothing. It's probably just like fucking a bad week. And then, and you know what's fucked up is, again, I think maybe I needed to be fucking humbled and knocked down a peg, because I was fucking pulling my hair out when I had a ton of fucking orders to do. I was like, what the fuck? How am I going to get all this done? And I'm like, oh, I can't wait to get a break. And then I get a break and I'm like, fuck. You fucking asshole. And some days I have to go back and I have to remind myself, like, and this is, we've talked about this before, but sometimes I have to remind myself that this is what you fucking prayed for. Like, I can remember when she was in her height of being fucked up, and like my whole life was all fucked up. In the bank account, the one bank account was negative $500 or $600 I think it was $6 every month, and I played that game where I'd pull in the front, fucking deposit it, and then pull around to the ATM, fucking take it out into the negative, because you have to balance it out every month. And I remember I literally was like, please, I just need anything, fucking, to someone fucking order something, fucking $10, whatever. And I prayed for that. And then, it seems like yesterday, but it wasn't. It's been a long time and a lot of work. But then I was like, oh shit, this is actually taking care of itself now. And now that, everything's better here. I don't want to say better like it's better, it's still fucked up. But now that everything's good here, like, there's no more fucking drug problems for the last, shit, she's 5 years now. You know what I mean? Like, fucking, now I'm like, oh, I'm overwhelmed and I'm this and that, but then it all comes and then I'm pulling my fucking hair out, and then I get like this slow time and I'm like, but again, now I started this this migration process. I got the Shopify account, I think, in April, May, June. So it was I got a 3-month trial for $1 a month. That was going to be up at the end of this month, like, maybe the 29th, I think, or something like that, of June. So I had been fucking looking at this and dicking around with it, and I got actually like a big portion of it done, like, right away. And I got a big portion of it done, and then I kind of like lagged on it, and I was like, I was like dragging my feet. I was like, I don't know, but I was just scared. I was like scared. I didn't want to do the change. I didn't want to do this. I was being a bitch. But so this started like a couple months ago, and I have been fucking busier than shit. So then now, like, it was almost like it was meant to be in a way, because I had this slow week, like fucking slow. And I was like, all right, well, now that I got like one fucking order on Big Cartel, and I had none, and then I got like one. And I was like, well, now that I got this one fucking order or whatever, I was like, I'll do the migration now, instead of waiting for a fucking post to go viral, and I got 58 orders out of Big Cartel. So at least I now I did that. Bam, got the switch. I got to figure out the international shit. But anyway, so it was almost like it had to happen just for that. And then I think I got like fucking 6 orders the day that the site opened back up. Well, it didn't really shut down at all, but for maybe like 10 minutes, because and that wouldn't have even happened if I didn't like delete this whole fucking DNS thing that I wasn't supposed to delete. And that shit said, this is permanent, right? And I was like, yeah, fuck it. What's the worst that can happen? Bam, offline. Fucking shit said fucking temporarily fucking under construction. And I was like, oh shit. I got that fixed though. And actually, punch marker fucking came through on the one shit. I was like, what the fuck is this? I was like, how do I fix it? And he's like, nah, just do this. And I was like, oh shit. So he came to my rescue and shit. And And shit, I was telling Jeff, fucking programmer Jeff, from Zuka Skateboards, I was telling him, he told me, oh, the site looks good, man. And I was like, dude, you have no idea how difficult this was for me. Back in the day, this would have been nothing, but now it's like fucking difficult. You know, it's like, it's weird. It's weird how things change, and I let technology just go without me, and there I was. There I was letting everything fucking see you later. So hopefully now everything's in order and we can keep rolling. But yeah, I kind of outgrew it. And there's a lot more options, man. Like, we're going to be able to run auctions, and there's a point system. So now all these fucking people, and like, I couldn't see like who's been rocking with us the longest, who's got the most orders. And, you know, and now that I have like a record of that system, I can like fucking people who, I mean, obviously I know who the main fucking people are. Shout out to everybody who I like see your name and I know who you are. But like other people who maybe were little less frequent, but still there for this whole shit. Like, you know, now I'll have a record of that, and maybe I can like flow some shit your way. Or now you get the point system where you could get some rewards, and I think it like knocks some shit down on the order. You know, I want to build a fucking email and text messaging kind of thing, if you'll let me bother you. Just keep in contact and just kind of update you on shit, and I want to be a little more consistent with that too. So that's the plans. And Shopify has, dude, like its app section, and I know I read a lot of shit that said like don't overdo it with the apps. You know, they could have conflicts and all this shit with your shit. So I definitely don't want to do that. But Big Cartel was $30 a month. Shopify's $40. Like, I'm paying $30 for, and dude, I couldn't even fucking customize the abandoned cart thing, or the what the fuck's it called? The shipping notifications. And like sometimes they weren't coming. People are constantly telling me like, oh, I never got nothing, I never got anything. And I don't think Shopify has those fucking kind of problems. I don't know, we'll see. But so that's what I'm gonna be. I'm gonna really try to make this, even though it's not a really big deal, it kind of is a big deal, and it's like a big deal for me, especially because of my sissy fucking scared of change bullshit. And so that's what's new, really. That's like a big deal around here. Trying to think of what else the fuck is going on. I don't really have a whole lot, man. You know, I was thinking today, I was mopping a fucking floor, and I don't know why. And this happens to me, and if you've been here long enough, you'll know that I think about like the way things used to be a lot, in all different facets of life. And I was like daydreaming earlier about being young again, and in my one song I was like, I can't cope and I'm stuck in the past. And which is, if you haven't listened to the song I wrote, Black Cloud, which to me, even though it's largely unfinished, it was like my magnum opus of actually writing. And I think a lot of things in that song people didn't really get. It was fucking the one line about what you want my fucking blood to, I'd love to slip my wrists and sit above you, now drink from the fountain of me, watch the masses gather glasses, start surrounding the sea, my heart pound to a beat as I give my last breath away. Let's just say I'm having problems dealing with yesterday. I can't cope and I'm stuck in the past, so if my words don't give you life, then come up with your fucking glass. Right? Like, I mean, it ties back in fucking, but anyway. So that song's like my fucking magnum opus of writing. But I think I don't know, maybe it's just me or maybe everyone's like that, but I'm stuck in the past. And then so we'll just say, like, when I'm writing that song, which was probably in 2011, I'm writing that song early 2012, 2011, something like that. I'm stuck in the past then, right? Like fucking the 10 years prior to that, or however long. And now I'm thinking about when I wrote this fucking song, stuck in that fucking past. So it's like I can't escape it. But then I go in like we'll say like eras. It's not even really an era in my life, an era, I guess. But I'll think back to the last 5 years, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, and then I'll go 5 years before that, and then 5 years, and all these different events. And if you can tell by listening here that my mind is constantly all over the place, and I really try my best to like reel it in, and again, Punchmark will be like, yo, fucking, you never finished that story. You started talking about something, and then you went off the fucking rails and talked about some whole other shit for another 20 minutes. But so that's how my mind works all the time. So when I'm working, and you know what, a lot of times it's when I'm by myself working, and I work by myself a lot, like fucking a lot, and I get in I like these thoughts, and next thing you know, I'm like, oh, the job's almost done, but I've been dwelling on this something that happened fucking 15 years ago that it wasn't even like happened. It wasn't like, oh my God, my fucking almost cut my arm off. It was like nothing, like just something that I felt, or something that I was there for or watched, and it doesn't have to be traumatic or anything, just like an event. But I'm fucking picking it apart and trying to retrofit the scenario to this day and age and all this shit, and I'm like, and I feel old, and I feel fucking all this weird shit, man. And so I don't know. I mean, I'm probably definitely need counseling of sorts. but this is my counseling. So I don't know what the fuck I might have been going. But I do this a lot. I mean, you could probably go back through all these episodes and like listen and hear when I'm reminiscing. Yeah, because it happens all week. I'll be in it won't even be really like a funk, but it'll be weeks of me thinking about the way things used to be in all different formats. Like I remember just like 2 or 3 days ago, I was looking at a 5-hour energy bottle at a fucking gas station, right? And back in the bad days when Erica was all fucked up, I would sleep, I don't know, 3 hours a night. And a lot of people say that, oh, I fucking sleep 3 hours a night. But they probably sleep more like 6.5. And some people do, I guess. I can't be the only one. But we would be drinking 5-hour energy at 12:30, at midnight, after midnight. And I got to be up for work. I got residential carpet cleaning starting at 9 o'clock the next day, or 8 o'clock the next day. I lived an hour away. I got to get up. So sometimes, I'd sleep for 3 hours. And then it went on for a long time. I think that's where them fucking bags came from, too, under my eyes, that I'm so worried about. Because I don't remember having them before all that. And so she was on drugs, and she didn't have shit to do the next day. So I was like trying to stay up with her and like compete. And for some fucked up reason, I'm in the gas station, I'm looking at the 5-hour energy, and I'm like, damn, I remember drinking these bitches at fucking midnight, and saying, oh, it's fucking 4 o'clock in the morning, I gotta go to bed, and I gotta work in a couple hours. And thinking, like, I remember thinking, oh man, I got 3.5 hours, that's like awesome, because last night I only got 3 hours, or you know what I mean, like, so sometimes even fucking worse. And but for some reason, I'm in the gas station, I'm looking at the 5-hour energy, I'm thinking about the fucking, the bad times. But I was like almost jealous I was like, damn, don't get to do that anymore, you know? Like, I'm shutting it down. I'm falling asleep watching YouTube at fucking 11:30. You know, like, oh my God, we stayed up till midnight. It was like a fucking, oh shit, man, I'm gonna be feeling that tomorrow. But for some reason, I was like jealous about that. Maybe not jealous, but I was like, damn, man, I fucking would be nice to have a nice all-nighter one of these days. And I'm like, no, it isn't. That fucked your life all up. Like, all of that was like fucking your life all up, you know? I'm in between jobs. My dad's driving. I'm fucking falling asleep over in the passenger seat because I fucking been sleeping. I haven't slept. And what would happen, and her and I still talk about this, like, after a real long run, you know, let's just say, and fucking 3, 4, 5 months of this type of sleep behavior, I would come home at some point, like, I don't know, we'll say 5, 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. And this was back in the apartment. We slept on the floor in the living room, and I would like lay on the floor with a pillow watching TV, and I would fall asleep at 6 p.m. and fucking sleep all the way through until, 6 o'clock. I'd sleep fucking 12 hours like a rock, all fucked up. Like, it was like my body was fucking shut down. Yeah, that's why I missed that. Yeah. But, so my point is like, I think about all these weird things and like, then I think about that, and then I think like, go back another thing. You remember drinking all night. You remember drinking, watching the fucking sun come up at Gordy's in his living room. Everyone's asleep. All the people I was partying with, everybody. And I'm sitting there in this couch, and it's like an oversized single chair. And I was like sitting there watching the fucking sun come up. And I'm fucking smoking a Newport. Just like, and when that would happen, so I'd be, so what's that? 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. All of a sudden, I'm sitting there. I'm like, oh fuck, the fucking sun's coming up, man. I'm all fucked up. It would bum me out because then I'm like, well, I know when I go to sleep now, if I'm not careful, if I don't set an alarm, I'm gonna sleep well into my drinking time for this day, for later today. So I would fucking fall asleep at 6 in the morning, and then I would try to get myself up by 11, and just so I could start drinking at fucking noon. Yeah, I gotta say I don't really miss that shit, but so I don't know. I fucking got mental problems. I think one of these days maybe I'll fucking man up and go talk to somebody. I don't really got to talk to anyone, I don't think. What am I going to tell them? I'm going to tell them what I tell you guys, and they're going to say, yeah, sounds like you might have had a loss sometime in your life that you're still dealing with. That you never properly grieved for the death of your friend or the fucking whatever. Yeah, you're probably right. So, I don't fucking know. But, alright, Erica was entertaining the idea of maybe going for like a little quick walk. So, Limited Trust will probably get posted kind of later tonight because it's fucking 10 p.m. right now. But if we go hit the block right now, she'll probably say no walk now. But that's all I got. Shout out fucking Mike from Machine Studio for lighting a fire under my ass and saying, get that fucking Shopify done. And shout out for fucking Punch Marker fucking taking care of me and fucking everything that he does. And all I do is wish him the most fucking success in his space, man. In both of our spaces, really. And I hope he fucking, and everybody, man, I hope all you guys are doing great. And I hope you're fucking successful in everything you do, because people believe in me and I believe in them. And, my stomach's fucked up. I ate fucking 3 ham and Swiss little rolls when I got home. And a fucking hard-boiled egg. So, that's all I got. All right, guys. I love you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for another fucking Friday in the books. It was a Friday night. What do you plan on doing? Rip Gary. Love you guys.